guys, John Swanson here, Factory Forge, and 2019 is kicked off, and hopefully you guys are having a great new year. And today we're going to be talking about a tool that sadly I did not use until later on in my career. It was actually probably one of the things that we were horrible at doing. We would do a really good job of coaching our clients. We would have a really low churn rate, but we never captured their story. And we got really lucky that they would just bring their friends in, and that's really how we grew and how we filled back in the day our old boot camps. Now, what I'm going to share with you is a tool now that we've been using for some time. It's a testimonial script, and we will use this script at Fast Factory. We use it specifically right around 8 weeks into coaching, and the reason being is around that 8-week mark, they should be excited. They should still be a member, and you should have gotten them a pretty good result by then. But for a lot of you, you guys have not been capturing testimonials, or you don't have, say 50, 60, 100 testimonials. So what I want to talk to you and share with you right now today is the script, the exact script. It walks you through. It's the exact email you can send out. And before we get into it, a couple things. One, if you have no testimonials, just please understand that testimonials are amazing because they share people's story and they give just a radically different perspective. They're great for an advertising purpose, to get different content up. And really, I'm going to be teaching you guys some other cool stuff you can do with these in the coming weeks. But first and foremost, your landing pages, your social media, they work better with testimonials. And now we can have before and afters, but I also love just having somebody tell their story, right? And so somebody's story doesn't always have to be weight loss. It doesn't always have to be gaining muscle. It could be how your coaching has impacted their life. And so that's what I call this is the tool is called testimonial script. But what I want you guys to think about is really what this is having them tell their story about being a part of your culture and your community. So first and foremost, if you have never used this before and you have no testimonials, you have no stories, number one thing that you want to do is when you get these, upload them to YouTube on your channel. I'm not going to walk you through how to do all that, and then just set them to be unlisted for the time being. What'll be nice about YouTube is that if you need to ever go back and re-download them to your computer and you want to re-upload them to Facebook, they're there, and they're not eating up a ton of storage on your actual computer. Next, you may want to consider, when you kick this off, making a little contest out of it, saying like, hey guys, I'm going to send an email out to you guys, and we want to capture as many stories as we can. So if you feel like, me role playing, if you feel like Fast Factory has had a crazy impact in your life, and what we would love for you to do is tell your story, right? And you're gonna have the script below it. But on top of that, add maybe a little bit of a carrot to it. Say, I'm gonna take everybody that submits their story, here's the deadline, and I'm gonna raffle off a 6-month membership. I'm gonna raffle off a $200 retail gift card and a $100 gift card, right? So a couple different prizes. Or I'm gonna pick, 5 people at random to get $100 cash. I always love giving, if anything, your service away, which I know people go back and forth with it, but I'd rather give that away because it doesn't cost me money, and I'd rather give away like retail credit than actually handing over cash, but sometimes cash is nice. Again, I'm not here to discuss all those details right now. This is about capturing the testimonials. You can add the reward. I would have a reward because it creates a little bit of incentive, and then I would put a deadline on it. So you make it kind of a fun little contest, and then as the testimonials roll in, you should post them in your own private group and then tag and thank them. And what it does is it builds some affirmation that people are part of the contest. Again, at the end of say the 2 weeks or the end of the week, end of 10 days, however you want to shape it, you're going to pick your winners. After that, moving forward, you're going to build it out in your software. It could be UpLaunch, it could be ZP, Wodify, whatever you're using, that you should send this email out roughly 8 weeks into their membership. Okay, so here is the script, and then there's going to be a link in here to go through. It's going to open up our little mini chat. Full disclosure, it's going to ask you your email, just so when we do other cool things like this, I can notify you that, hey, we just created a new tool, we want to give it to you. So it'll ask you your email, and after that, I'll give you a spot to download it. And full disclosure, after that, it will ask you, do you want to set up a 1-hour call where we discuss your business, we take a look at where you're hitting the glass ceiling. Glass ceiling could be revenue, can't hire coaches, you're losing members, it could be an array of different problems. But the truth is, all of us hit glass ceilings. It's very natural, but what is scary is that when the business continues to hit the glass ceiling, frustration sets in because you work harder and harder and more hours and more hours and more hours, and yet the problem doesn't seem to get solved. And what we'll use that 1 hour is to identify, discuss, and solve. We call it IDS. Why are you hitting the glass ceiling? What is the actual solve? And then create a path for you to go out and solve it. Now, whether we work with you or not is that's not the point of the call. The point is to eliminate the frustration point and allow you guys to be loving life again and feeling like you're back in control of your business. All right, so let's take a look at the testimonial tool. I'll walk you guys through it. It's pretty simple. So right here, the first part is the script, right? So, hey, can you do me a favor? And then depending on your email software, you can have it populate the first name. I go back and forth on this. It's in there because you guys probably have your members' first names, but if your software doesn't do this, don't feel like it's a big deal. Just say, hey, what's up? So we picked a few clients to help us tell a story, and you made the list. Can you spare out 90 seconds to help me, right? And so I'm not gonna read the whole script, but what I did do is I dropped in 2 different stories. So Amber's story, which is somebody in our gym, and then my story. What I'd love to have you do is delete these, and this is the exact thing I send out right here. Delete these, and then go film your own, upload it to YouTube, and then put your own story in there, and then maybe have another coach tell their story. So don't use my story and Amber's story, because they'll be like, well, who the heck are these people? And it'll feel weird. Make it about maybe your coaches. One of the things I did when we launched this is I actually had every one of my coaches film their story and post it in the private group to show that they're on board, and get them more excited, to have them feel like they're being left out if they don't want to share their story. Again, some of that tactics you can do. And again, I walk through it. Here's the links. Hold your phone horizontal. I didn't have this in here originally. It sounds funny, but people were sending me like this, and it's horrible for social media. Keep it 2 to 3 minutes or less. Send the file, and then you just drop your email in there, and then have them put the subject, their name, and then and story. One of the big things is that depending on where you're at, I would have them constantly refer to your business as the name. So for us, it's Fast Factory. I drove that home after I sent this email out because we're getting a lot of emails and testimonial stories about CrossFit. And I think it's great that we have an element of CrossFit in our business, but I want the story to be about Fast Factory, the brand, because that's going to have a wider net inside my local market, and you want to own your stories. And so we made that change later on. So you could add something in here saying, please refer to, you could say, please refer to Fast Factory Coaching, rather than, please don't use the word CrossFit if you're going to call it Fast Factory or Fast Factory Coaching. So I digress. And then down here, it just walks them through. Here's the actual script. So video script questions, you can see I put it in there, but again, they dropped the word CrossFit in there, so I had to recontinue drive home. No, use the word Fast Factory. So the script is simple. Name, what was life like before Fast Factory? What did they struggle with? What were your fears, pains, or want to help achieve? Again, there is an example of me doing this, Amber doing this right here. So really what we're doing is name, what was life before, what is life like now, and then what would they say from looking back, hindsight, to anybody that's on the fence. And then I just sign off on the email. So again, it's a really simple email that you send out. If you're brand new to all this, I would highly recommend creating a little contest, making it fun for your members, throwing them, whatever you want to do. If you want to do retail, if you want to do cash, however you want to do it, make it a thing. I think Matt Sharp from Sweat Angels taught me this way back like 7 years ago. When you want to get something going, you got to make it a thing. And I agree in this sense. If your goal is to collect 50 testimonials, imagine your landing page, right, where people are applying to get a no sweat intro, whatever the thing is you do. You want to have proof of concept, right? Proof of concept. You had the advertisement that got them to the page. Showcase the proof of concept with all their stories and before and afters, or whatever that thing is, that end result that you provide. So again, hopefully you guys like it. Like I said, in the post here, there'll be a link to download it. Full disclosure, I'm going to collect your email. I'm not going to send you random BS. I have a list of things that I want to be providing you guys. Today was testimonials. Up next, I'm going to work on how we do Bring a Friend Day. And we try to do it a little bit different. Bring a Friend Day, bring people in, not just to do workout, but how do we get them then into that no sweat intro consult. And then I got, what do you do with all these leads? That's the next thing I want to work with you guys on is, okay, you get all these leads in. If they don't join, how can we put them in a private group, do something there? So I actually have a list of things I'm going to be trying to do in the first quarter that are just completely free, massive value adds that I think every gym should have. So hopefully you guys appreciate it. Hopefully you guys are having a great year, and cheers.